Oh, because your stream says 5:32.
Yeah. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Donut Shop Podcast. Oops, excuse me. I'm everyone's lovable host, Dr. Al. With me, we have Mr. In.
Hello, everybody.
And Mr. Jorge.
How's it going?
All right, let's get down to business. Today's icebreaker is brought to you by me. So the icebreaker is, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And also a little, I don't know if anybody has watched My Boys. What city would you be the hero in?
Okay. So superpower and what city?
Yeah, like what's your favorite city that you would protect and serve?
I mean, well, we're all kind of biased. Let's be honest here.
I protect somewhere with nice weather. That means I live there.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Oh God. I go super speed probably.
Okay.
I go super speed. In that case, I don't know. Probably West Coast, mainly because a lot of flat lands.
Okay, so when you say what West Coast, you mean
West
California?
Like California, like Washington State.
Okay, so like the whole West Coast. That's
yeah. I mean, a lot of flat lands, not a lot of snow to wreck my crap.
Okay.
The mountains up there in California are a really nice drive. So I've heard.
I've been to the Hollywood sign. It was okay. It was crowded.
No. Like the actual scenic drives along the coast.
Okay.
And
I need to get back to you on that one. Yeah, sorry. Hey, your answer, please.
So we actually had a similar discussion very, very long time ago, and our dear friend Mr. N created a comic book sort of off of this that we may touch base on in a future episode. But my answer still hasn't changed. It is psychic / telekinesis, moving things with my mind. I wish I could just sit here and grab a beer from my fridge. You can't beat that.
The ultimate lazy power.
Yeah, man, I could fly technically without needing the power to fly.
Yeah, you could just bring something underneath your legs and I guess teleport it up, something like that.
Or
technically move my whole body, I guess. Yeah.
More
and what city will you protect, or what region?
See, the West Coast is a really good answer just because it's very diverse. I've also wanted to visit Seattle a lot, so I think Seattle would be an interesting move.
No one's protecting the home turf.
No, man, I know what it's like here.
Listen, we're based in Pennsylvania. Nobody wants to protect and serve Pennsylvania.
Fair enough. All right, so Dr. Al, what's your answer?
My superpower is I want to have super strength, like so I'm invincible. Like you can't, like bulletproof vest. I don't know what to say.
So like Luke Cage,
huh?
Luke Cage from
from Marvel.
Bulletproof skin comes with a strength. Okay.
Yeah, Luke Cage is perfect. You know what I mean? Bulletproof vest. Bulletproof skin. Invisibility. You have a little bit of strength. And what I would protect.
Okay.
What I would protect with that. What city?
Mm-hmm.
The one that doesn't have any taxes, which is Texas. I would protect Texas. So, because I'm gonna get paid for my services. So I don't want to pay any taxes on my money that I make.
To be fair, Dave, we're probably in higher. Our states are probably higher taxed.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
California and Seattle.
I wouldn't do it for money.
Washington.
I mean, it kind of defeats the
Of course, you
purpose.
do it for money.
You have to do it. You have to do it.
I mean, ideally, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Ideals died a long time ago, man.
So, I don't know. I feel like I hold on to the idealistic superhero dream. You know, secret identity and all that stuff. I would like. I live my my childhood wanting to be that. I feel like I'd be betraying my 10-year-old self if I didn't uphold that standard.
So, would you create a costume?
Yeah, I make a costume. I do the whole secret identity thing. Yeah.
What's your costume?
Secret identity in 2020 would not survive though. Let's be honest.
Oh god, it's horrible. I mean, if I did do a costume, it had to be Spider-Man-esque, like the whole full body covered. I can't reveal anything. No skin color, no hair, nothing.
We're gonna profile you by voice, height.
There's science behind that. Is the mask Spider-Man wears, it muffles his voice. so they can't profile you by voice because it muffles you.
That's interesting.
Is that actually like a fact?
Yeah. So because it covers your mouth. I mean, I guess I could do the Batman thing.
Just half your.
Yeah, I mean,
Hori's kind of right. In this day and age, it's really hard to really hide your identity. You got cameras everywhere, people on iPhones, like phones and stuff like that.
This is where super speed comes in. I change in super speed. All I am is just a blur. I'm good.
Whatever you do, don't kill anybody. Like in The Boys, where the guy just runs through his girlfriend and kills. And it's not a spoiler, by the way, guys, because it's in the trailer.
Well, for the first 5 minutes of the first episode.
I've seen the trailer. It's not much of a spoiler for me. I haven't even seen the show yet.
We're like 2 minutes into the show, man. That's as far as I got. It's like 2 minutes in.
I need to start watching it. I do.
But my idea was inspired by that TV show. It's really good. You guys should definitely watch it, and I encourage our viewers to also get into it. It's very graphic and very bloody. So if there's anybody, it's kind of like rated R. So if you're underage, unfortunately, I want you to watch it, but I don't want to say you could watch it because you shouldn't. But yeah, watch it with your parents, I guess. That being said, guys, if our viewers are interested, we would love to hear back from you guys. What's your favorite superpower you would have, and what city or county or region area would you protect? You could email us at the ogdonutshop@gmail.com. That being said, what's everybody been up to? What's any new things going on this week?
My entire week has been taken over by Death Stranding.
Oh yeah.
So we'll talk a little more about that later in the podcast. But that is my newest obsession, and I'm enjoying it.
Nice. What about you, Mr. Ori? Last week you said you live a non-interesting life.
Yeah, I live a pretty boring life. So last week got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I got some cards coming in and started play testing, and that's taking up my week essentially.
Gotcha. Me, I was gonna fix my old '98 car, so I started doing some work on it, but I got really lazy, and I've been blaming it on the hot weather. But technically, it's just I'm too lazy. So like I took out the battery, and I was gonna start taking out the starter because I think the starter is gone on my car. And if that wasn't the case, I was going to take out the alternator. So I've been watching a lot of like videos on YouTube on how to fix your car on your own. So I'm going to try to save some money. If our viewers are going to learn anything about me, is that I'm cheap. So I want to do the
work. I mean, the amount of accidents you've had with that car, has it paid for itself yet?
It has, man. 100% in spades, but I don't want to get rid of it just yet.
If it can survive, heck yeah.
If it can survive Alvin, yeah, it can survive anything, man.
Yeah, if I could fix it, it's also kind of a way to maybe learn stuff for in the future because it is a very old car. So if I do happen to like mess up anything or something is not properly fixed correct or whatever, I'll learn from my mistakes so that I could do a better job next time. Yeah. Because if anything, I could just like turn it into like a junkyard and get a couple $100s, so it doesn't really affect me too much. You know what I mean?
I do for car owners, I do recommend tinkering with your car. Like not, you have to like do hardcore, like like mod your engine or anything of that sort. But at least do maintenance. Changing your oil is extremely easy.
Yeah,
and you're paying the same. You're paying the same amount as you would just to get professionally done, but you get better oil. For example, when I did mine at the shop, it was like 5,000 miles every change. Since I do it myself, I pay the same amount, but I'm changing every 10,000 instead. So I'm saving money in the end. So it's definitely worth change your oil at least.
Yeah, I don't recommend it if you have I don't recommend it if you
one at a time.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't recommend it if you have a brand new car because it's a brand new car. You don't want to mess up anything. But if you do have an old car, you should definitely tinker with it and try to gain some experience. It's very beneficial down the line for you.
New cars come with like free maintenance for a certain amount of time.
Definitely abuse that. Definitely.
Yeah, for some of them do like 2 years or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. That being said, we're gonna jump into. I'm gonna hand off the introductions to my co-host, Mr. David in.
All right, so today's Sunday. That means it is Shonen Jump day. So a bunch of chapters came out. Unfortunately, Jump is on break next week, so we'll think of something else to talk about next week. But until then, we have new chapters of One Piece, My Hero Academia, Dr. Stone, and a plethora of other series if anyone is interested. All right, so let's start with the big one, One Piece, the one we all hold near and dear to our hearts.
Very dear.
Yeah. So this week was chapter 985. So we continue. So just a quick recap. We continue off from last week where Luffy and Yamato met, and Kaido was about to announce his new Onigashima project. Sum it up really quickly. The Nine Scabbards meet with Kanjuro. I probably am butchering names. I apologize in advance. Kanjuro, actually, I'll talk more about this after recap. Sorry. So Nimio Kanjuro. Kaido announces his big plan and announce that Big Mom and him are going after the One Piece. Let's see. Oh, and he's turning Wano into a lawless land where he will be, I guess, using it as a headquarters for the alliance, since because of his natural defenses and whatnot. Orochi is having no qualms with this at all.
Nope.
And Kaido decides to respond with a beheading. Again, we'll talk more about that in a bit. And then Luffy and Yamato get outed because they're idiots, and cut to not next week, 2 weeks from now.
Right when it gets good, man. Right when it gets good, you have a freaking break.
Gotta get the cliffhangers, man. That's how they get you come back.
The tease, man. The tease.
All right, so let's recap. So we'll go into thoughts, and then actually we'll go to grades first, then thoughts. I'm curious. So we'll switch it up. So grades. Our dear host, Dr. Al. What do you think?
You're putting me on the spot first. So my grade, bro. Honestly, the art was like, I was watching the backgrounds, trying to see who was in the background in a couple of the panels. Overall, the storyline, the plan, and a little bit more introduction of what One Piece might be. Overall, there was a couple fight scenes in this, which was good to see. Of course, we get Luffy acting like Luffy. So overall, I think this was a really good chapter. I really liked it. I'd probably give it another 8.5, solid 8.5.
All right. Mr. Jorge, someone's phone.
Yeah, house phones, man. Old fashioned.
Totally happen. I'm totally happens.
All right, well, he's handling that. My grade. I think I give us a solid A. A lot of surprising things. Again, some things I didn't definitely expect. So I think I'll give it a solid A. Artwork, it's Oda. He has a standard, and it works out fine.
Yeah, I really like the chapter. I think it's definitely an A+ chapter. Lots of setup, lots of intrigue, some potential red herrings, I think. One of my favorite things, if you look at the cover spread, is that Kid is wearing pants from Slow King. If you look right there.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right,
he's a big Brooks fan.
Right. Yeah, so we'll go. Is it? Oh yeah, it's Slow King. Yeah, you're right. So I guess we'll go straight into our thoughts. So we'll just break it down. So my first thought, I really like Kanjuro as a villain.
He's hateable.
Obviously after the betrayal, but I find him more interesting as a villain, and he shows the how strong his fruit can actually be. But like before, those bad drawings, it was kind of a gag fruit power.
Yeah.
But now since he's actually putting good art, he has his art looks threatening now. If
Hey,
you
look, you got the headless horseman.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Kiku being the one to fight Kandra and potentially be the one-on-one for him?
I'm okay. Honestly, I'd rather it be like wow, I'm dropping names hard. What was his name? The main nine, the leader of the Nine Scabbards. Oh my god, why I'm drawing a blank right now of his name.
I can't think of his name either. I'm sorry.
Why am I drawing a blank of his name?
I'm a terrible co-host.
We
should have it back.
How could you not remember Kinemon? That's his name.
Kinemon. I don't know why. I apologize. I should know it, but I mean, I feel like Kinemon should be the one to deliver the final blow. But I'm perfectly fine with Kiku. Speaking of Kiku, where did that armor come from? I don't think this armor was hinted at. Was it?
She had the armor on when, if you remember, when they all got to the coast.
Oh, did she? Okay.
She.
No, he.
It's a he. He's right.
Remember, Kiku and his brother. They have the trait of they look like females, but they're male. They have the hawk.
She identifies as a woman, though.
No. Kiku has said he's a man.
Has he?
Yes. Much to Sanji's disappointment.
Anyway, I'm down with it. Because
Speaking of Sanji, like I haven't seen Sanji in a couple chapters, man. What's going on with my buddy?
He's going to save the ladies from the brothel.
He's having some fun in the brothels. I see, getting busy down there.
Oh my god. Yeah. Speaking of which, I did miss one thing. Big Mom has Zeus back.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, Luffy. Oh no, sorry. Nami and Carrot couldn't stand up to Big Mom. No one's surprised. So that's pretty unfortunate. Hopefully, I like Zeus as Nami's slave servant, whatever you want to call it. So I hope they get Zeus back.
What do you think of Big Mom going by Olin?
I don't know. I mean, Olin.
Terrible name. I don't like it.
I'm okay with it.
I like Big Mom better.
I mean, well, she's still called Big Mom. It's just the name she's going by now. Isn't her official name Lin? Lin? Oh.
Yeah,
Lin.
Lin, right?
It is Lin.
Yeah, Lin. So I mean, she's in Wano now, so it's probably just taking out that Wano. I don't know, but a little Wano spin on it. So I'm fine with that. Speaking of Big Mom, so why? I mean, I'm surprised it's taking them now to go after the One Piece. I figured after Whitebeard died, they would have been at war for the One Piece. But from looking at things, they haven't paid much mind to it at all until now.
It seems like something has been happening like in the background between like the world government and I guess the world government has taken a step to maybe get a stronger hold in the world. Like their power, they're trying to increase their power. So this might be a way of to compensate for that. So the pirates are then going out to seek. It seems like One Piece is some kind of weapon. So it could be like a weapon of mass destruction. And it could just be a way to like turn the tide maybe on the world government. I don't know, because you know how the world government abolished the seven
Shishibukai.
The warlocks, yeah. So I think that might have been the turning point.
Yeah,
I think Kaido mentions that in the chapter.
Yeah.
So I think because of the world government seeking more power, I think led to him and Big Mom teaming up so that they can seek further power to be able to fight on par with the world government. Maybe that's just my theory.
Yeah. So he mentioned. The Marines having. They must have confidence in their new force, which it could be anything. Probably, I would assume it's the Pacifista, whatever they're called again.
Pacifistas.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's has something to do with them because we haven't seen except for the movies, we haven't seen the new versions of them yet. So I'm assuming it has something to do with that. And they did. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, just as I mentioned, something definitely has been happening in the background, you know.
Yeah. And I find it interesting that when they mentioned the One Piece, they also mentioned the ancient weapons and kind of like it as if they were connected somehow. So I'm not sure they know something the rest of us don't, because again, they're Yonko, so they probably do have some idea of what the One Piece is, maybe. Or maybe it's two separate goals: get the ancient weapons, then go get One Piece. Or
the wording makes it sound like
they're connected, right?
Are connected. Yeah, that was a big point.
I'm not sure if there's a translation error or not, but it just again, it's, I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't though. I don't know. Based on what we know about how Roger reacted to being on Laugh Tale, I don't think it would involve the ancient weapons, but who knows? Maybe
they're led to believe, and the ultimate joke is there is no ancient weapons down there. There never was, and it's just like he
laughed when he got to the island. I don't imagine it being a bunch of like the 4 ancient weapons. Is it 4?
Yeah. I think there's 4. Yeah.
Pluton, which was like
Neptune.
Yeah, not Neptune. It's not Neptune because not Neptune. Poseidon.
Poseidon. Yeah.
Not Poseidon because
Hirohoshi.
Yep.
Shirohoshi.
Yeah. Shirohoshi.
Then it was
Pluton's like the ship that Frankie burned, like the blueprints, and we don't know what the other ones are yet.
We'll learn soon.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Kaido not Kaido. I'm sorry, not Kaido. Odin like ever kill someone. Like
that was a very violent death. Yeah. Orochi getting beheaded. Normally, it's like, I don't know. I guess he had to really show that detailed death because you know how One Piece is. Someone gets stabbed.
Not dead.
Yeah, it's like
that's my belief. Think of his power. Think of his power.
Huh?
Think of his power.
Cut one head and
2 more go in his place.
His Hydra. But
you think that's actually a devil's fruit that he has? That's his power?
Yeah, well, his
power.
Well, his fruit is he turns into Orochi. Yeah, like Yamato Orochi, the Japanese folklore thing.
Yeah, and then when you cut one head, 2 more grow. He had his head cut off. I don't think he died.
It's Kaido. I'm pretty sure if Kaido wants to kill someone, he'll kill you. I can't imagine Kaido making that mistake. This guy's been an emperor for decades now. I can't imagine him making that type of mistake.
What I found interesting in the chapter, I don't know. Go ahead, Dave. I wasn't sure if you were.
No, I got that.
So I was saying is that what I found interesting is when Luffy was talking to Kaido's son / daughter, and she was talking about being confined in there. Does she? I know like Odin didn't have a devil fruit, but does she have a devil fruit? Is that like hindering her ability to shackle?
I don't think so. She says she has the exploding handcuffs. You know, like how the slaves had the exploding collars.
Yeah.
So she has the same thing as handcuffs.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, but speaking of which, I like the fact that Luffy just casually offers to remove them. I think that says a lot to his advancement in hockey.
Like, he could just get rid of it.
Yeah, he's I'll take them off for you. He's like,
but he doesn't though. He doesn't, because in the last chapter they're running away. She still has.
Yeah, I mean, he offered though. He just casually offers it. So I think that's
she was so in her thought process that she didn't accept it.
Yeah, speaking of Yamato for New Nakama, she said you should take me on your ship.
I think so, man. I think she might. I don't know if she'll be like in the Grand Fleet or actually Machina, but I think she might be a Machina, man. I don't know. We might get our final Machina or whatever.
It starts with an N. I'm sorry.
It starts with a
Nakama.
Nakama. That's your teaching right there, bro. That's your teaching ability sneaking in there.
I don't teach. Anyway,
I'm gonna get a grade on my.
What's up? Sorry.
Go ahead. Who's
Carrot
talking?
or Yamato? You only have one.
Carrot or Yamato?
Yamato.
I'm sorry.
Carrot. I'm sorry. I like Carrot too much.
No,
Yamato's made her case pretty.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with her taking. I mean, I'd rather her be like a retainer to Momo and be I don't know
if
fleet commander or something.
That's
if Luffy bears a strong resemblance to Goldie Roger, and Goldie Roger had Odin in his team, then I think she wants to be Odin. I think she would definitely join.
Fair.
And it kind of fits the type of like personalities as the Luffy is like looking for, you know, kind of like the down on your luck type of thing. Like when he met Zoro, he was kind of like hanged, struggling. I don't know like how to explain it, but you know what I mean? Kind of fit that like hardship that she's been dealing with her life or whatever. So
I could. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Let's see. Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to mention. I like the little bits of humor. While going back to the beginning, where Kiku and Kanjuro are just having like their little monologue showdown. We have Cat Viper and Dog Storm in the background, just comparing. Hey, what's that on your arm?
Hey, they're getting along now. Did you see that?
What's that thing on your leg?
They're cordial now, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's cool. But I like their little limb replacements, and so it's a nice little background joke in the midst of all this hardcore drama, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
So definitely a very, very awesome chapter, man, and a lot of hangers. And I'm mad that Shonen Jump is on break next week.
Yeah, well, win some or lose some. Before we move on to the next chapter, I just want to just do a quick reply to Jicro. I would say Jicro. Yeah, Jicro. Yes, if I had a new mic. Yes, I have a new mic. This is the Audio Technica's 2500X. Not a sponsor, just new microphone. Thank you for watching, and hope to hear from hear for more of your comments. English is hard. Anyway,
sometimes.
Anyway, so going to the next series we're looking at, we have My Hero Academia.
So our dear academia noob, pending Dr. L, did not read any chapters this week.
No. Why are you gonna put me out there? Throw me out there, okay? I already said that I tried to start a new project and completely failed it. Now you're like,
that means you had time, right? That means you had time.
Anyway, so to avoid spoilers for Dr. Al here, we'll just talk about the chapter very vaguely. If you have read it, you probably can follow along in the discussion. If you haven't, well, just I don't know, look forward to it, I guess, in the future. Yeah,
and if you read any of these, any comments on anything that we talked about, please feel free to email us at theogdonutshop@gmail.com.
Right. Anyway, so vaguely, a lot of really good moments in the chapter.
Yes.
A lot of like well-known heroes, but heroes who haven't had a lot of screen time, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we can
really showing what they can do when they get serious and it's outside of the classroom, which is really nice.
I think Momo's gonna have a big moment.
Momo, yeah. I mean, which is good. I feel like she was robbed of her moment in the Class A versus Class B arc.
Yes.
Let's see. A lot of potential deaths as well shown here, which is, I mean, we've already had a death of a main support character. Was he considered a? He was a pretty he's a well-known character. I'm not sure.
Well-known character, yeah.
I guess support. But like we've already had quite a few deaths. So I wouldn't put past Horikoshi to keep it going because
Game of Thrones, everybody, just go. Go to town. Game of Thrones, everybody.
I'm worried about a few characters.
I like that. It gives it stake.
Yeah,
it gives it stake.
So unlike Oda, are these characters actually dead, or do they appear later?
No, one is definitively dead. Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
But you were asking, that's a fair question.
He's playing for keeps. When someone dies, they're dead. Let's see what. Starting to shine. Again, a lot of characters are shining. I'll say I did kind of want to go back to the main event, but I'll take. Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised with the chapter.
It has some Oda vibes to it in that there's a main fight, but he's still touching on the smaller battles.
So one complaint I saw on the subreddit for the r/manga subreddit was they felt like the villains were I felt like the villains are kind of being forced to victory because at one arc there was like a lot of kind of out of nowhere bullshit power-ups, which I kind of agreed a little bit. And now this one where it kind of looks like it's going for the worst for the heroes, but that was one argument I saw. It's not an argument I really agree with, but I thought it'd be nice to throw out there.
That's an interesting thought. I don't agree with it either. I feel like it because the League of Villains keeps getting their butt kicked just about every arc, and if they don't have victories, how can you have to build them in wrestling? You have to put your guys against bad talent and have them win and get win streaks to make them look good. You have to do the same thing with your characters, because if they look like crap once at the end of the series, when it's big good guy versus the big bad guy, it's not going to matter because they weren't put as such. A good example of that is Aizen. Aizen was built great.
I do have speaking of the big villain, I do have a theory. I don't think he is the true the main event right now. I don't think he's going to be the true final villain. I think the previous the one that's currently captured, I think this is all according I feel like he's gonna make a big play at the end, because it doesn't I don't know, just like I feel like his MO doesn't fit having
the power
apprentice.
I don't agree with that. I think there's a bigger plan. There's too many connections between the current bad and some of the previous characters discussed in the lineage. Not to spoil anything.
I understand that. I do think I don't know. It just feels a little too clean cut. I feel like there's gonna be more to it. But well,
look,
I mean,
as long as he doesn't Naruto it at the end, there's no problem.
That's exactly my theory.
He's not gonna Naruto it.
I honestly, if they're gonna Naruto it, this is the time I'd be okay with it.
I wouldn't. You spend too much time creating this character, starting him from scratch and getting him to where he is now.
We'll see. All right.
That's scrapping bits and
pieces. Unfortunately, we can't discuss anymore without giving too many spoilers, so we will have to move on. Another series we all hold near and dear to our hearts. More recently for me is Dr. Stone. Dr. L, are you caught up?
I am, yes. I spent this time catching up. I didn't realize how many chapters I was behind until I started reading.
All right, before we start on Dr. Stone, Carlos 51992 says, "Hey, Dr. L."
Hey, Daddy L.
How you doing?
Daddy L.
Daddy L. Oh my God. I did say I was a lovable character.
All right. Anyway, moving on. So Dr. Stone, we got a little more. Lost my train of thought. Zeno realized that Dr. Taiju, right? I'm reading that right. Yeah, Taiju was the decoy, and Senku was the actual target. And much to my surprise, he said, "Shoot the kid. I don't care."
He thought about it. He definitely he really thought about it.
No, I don't think he thought about it at all. He
did. You see the panels of him.
What he thought about what I think he thought about was, I need to remember what he looked like, or his voice, or something. No. Sorry, he used his voice. He used the way his voice sounds to calculate his height, which I don't know if that's possible. I'm not a scientist. I have no idea if that's like legitimately possible, but by doing that, he was able to figure out his height. I'm not sure about his age. I think he just knew his age. But anyway, so sniper shots. Senku did some
All I know is while I was reading this and catching up, and they're all planning to go to the moon. I was like, "Yo, how the hell are you gonna go to the moon in a Stone Age with no rockets, no fuel, no gas, no?"
They have fuel.
I mean, they have a limited resource of nitric acid, so they can make
the
it.
amount of money it costs to
There's no
conduct
money. There is no money. It's just
There is money.
I mean, it's basically monopoly money. Let's be honest.
It is monopoly money, but I'm
Isn't
just
all money monopoly money at one point?
Anyway, Stan shoots his. Anyway, continue on. Stan shoots a sniper rifle. By predicting where Senku would land because Senku was smart about it, so it makes him predictable. Then he makes bulletproof armor. I mean, like a makeshift bulletproof vest with potato starch and dilatant, whatever. English is hard. Something fluid. Anyway, point is, I don't know how that chemical reaction is gonna become a bulletproof vest, but science.
I think it's one of those things where, like, you can put your hand through water, but if you kind of like hit it like that, there's like that moment of.
That's
how I understood it.
It says the concept of bulletproof vest. So does it harden? Like just mixing the starch and the fluid, does it actually just harden?
No, he says that when it's impacted, then it kind of solidifies.
Oh, okay, becomes nearly solid. Okay.
Yeah, if you look at 16, 17.
I remember when I was flipping through the subreddit for this, they did someone mentioned that the combination is actually rather hard. So he found it shocking that the bullets actually went through and wounded him.
Oh, so if this were to happen,
I don't think that's his blood, man. It's black and white. I don't think it's blood.
I mean, what else is black liquids in him? It's not the things. It's not the fluid in the bag. Clearly,
no, that's the hard substance around the edges. And I don't think maybe a piece might have gone through, or the impact.
What?
Or if he had something on him that could have scratched him and caused the bleeding.
Maybe, I don't know. It looks like it went straight through, but I mean, then again, it's a manga. The science isn't always exact.
Yeah, that doesn't end until 2 weeks, so we'll have to wait anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I doubt Senku's gonna die from this, but you got shot.
He's too important. Yeah.
So,
he's got to get them to the moon. Okay.
He's the main character. He's not dying. But
you can't
just what happens is the interesting part.
Moving on to grades for Dr. Stone, chapter 159. Dr. Al, you're a long-time reader here. If you like to go grade.
For me personally, Dr. Stone always gets a 10 out of 10.
10. Okay. Fair.
I really like the manga. Huge supporter of the manga, even though I hadn't read it for a while.
Mr. Jorge.
So, I think the last time we spoke about this, I mentioned, because I didn't want to spoil anything for Dr. Al, the connections specifically between Senku and Zeno is really driving this arc for me, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm here for it 100%.
For me, 10 expectations subverted, I guess, out of 10. I really believed it was gonna, go the heartfelt route of, oh, I remember this kid. Oh, let me stop this bullet.
Nah.
Yeah, no, that didn't go at all as I expected. This is how you subvert expectations. Definitely, I
expected Taiju to get shot and somehow survive it.
God, I would believe that too.
Yeah.
No, so again, very good chapter. I can't wait for next one. Really interested how this plays out.
Yeah,
it looks like they're going to war.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blood breath, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So moving topics. So we'll just stick a manga for a little longer. Has anyone been reading anything new, or anything interesting?
I have, yes. For the last 10 weeks, because it's a brand new manga that got,
released.
Series. Anyways, so it's called. Let me pull it up. I forgot the name. It's called. I don't want to mess up the name. It's called Time Paradox Ghostwriter. It's very really cool. It's like without like getting too much in detail into it, this character I mean, the main character gets a manga from the future, and he's worried that if he doesn't starts to develop it or present it to the world currently, that they would be deprived of such a wonderful wonderful storyline.
So, just quick question: is it one of those he creates it in the future and sends it to himself in the past to be able to create it in the future?
No.
So he didn't create the manga.
No.
Okay.
And
like.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You should. It's a very interesting read. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like Bakuman, so I think that's why it kind of intrigued me. I always like this. I always like these type of manga where not only is the writer creating a story, but then he also has to kind of create a story within a story. I feel like, I don't know if it's like past work that they did that was never good enough, so they just throw it in there. But it's really cool. I really like those type of things.
I'm interested. It's a very interesting topic. I'm definitely curious about that. So one manga I've been reading is also on Shonen Jump. This started. It's on chapter 6. Came out today. It's called Ayakashi Triangle. So this is written by very famous very famous Kentaro Kabuki. So he did a lot of famous series such as Tulabaru, the Darling in the Franxx manga, and Black Cat, which is an old school one. So he's very famous in drawing very perverted characters and a lot of panty shots and all that sort. So it's a manga for men. But I think it's cute. It's more of a battle manga than anything. I mean, yeah, there's of course perverted scenes, panty shots, and all that sort. But it's a nice little. It's like the icing on top, where where the cake itself is kind of like ninja battles, events. I guess, for lack of a better word, ghosts, demons, type of stuff.
Okay, that's not bad.
Again, very cute. It's not top tier. I mean, well, the art is top tier. I'll give it that. The story is very plain, but I enjoy it for the art. Anything you've been reading, Mr. Jorge?
Not this week. There's a couple I have my eye on. What is it called? God of High School is getting a manga adaptation. I saw the trailer and it looks really interesting to me, so I might give that a shot. And that's about it. That's the only one that's caught my attention. There's a few on back burners, like whenever Hunter x Hunter finally once Hunter x Hunter finishes, I'll touch it. Until then, I'm sorry. And I've been watching JoJo's. I need to finish JoJo's so I can read JoJo's.
I need to start JoJo's.
It's a meme. It's a living meme. I love it.
But everything references it. So before we leave the manga topic, we had an email from for Jaikro YT. Again, if you want to email us, we are at the OG Donut Shop at gmail.com. Anyway, he writes in asking, who do you think would win a battle? Class 1A from My Hero Academia or the Akatsuki clan from Naruto?
Akatsuki, because they have no remorse.
Akatsuki, mainly because their powers are more
broken.
Actually, I don't know, because My Hero goes very close to a broken line as well. Look at Todoroki himself. Todoroki, really just he could just have unlimited power.
Genjutsu.
Having not read, having not been caught up with you guys in My Hero and not knowing everybody's powers yet, it would definitely have to be the Naruto people.
Akatsuki.
Yeah.
That's because Akatsuki's, if I remember correctly, 9 members, right?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah, 9 members. Yeah.
Plus
versus Class 1A's 20 members.
You have to count for all of Pain. All of
Pain. All of it. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I mean, Nagato is himself, but I don't. I think Akatsuki win mainly because Naruto is a more OP universe. Like the power balancing in that universe is they're literal. The strongest characters are literal gods.
They still lose to Goku though.
I mean, everyone loses to Goku. Everyone loses to Goku, and then everyone loses to Saitama because one punch. I do. I think I'll put up a good fight, especially the higher tier characters. Like a full power Deku, Todoroki. Even honestly, Urako, if she gets close, they're kind of screwed. You just kind of float and die.
I think it's too early in My Hero to ask that question.
Yeah, I mean, at their full potential, I think they'll. At their full potential, I think it's a toss up. But as they are now, I think Akatsuki, mainly because Pain is stupidly OP. Again, stupidly OP. Itachi as well, just so strong. So
plus they have years on them. Like they know their powers. They know how to use them. They're well trained, as opposed to a bunch of kids in high school who are still like figuring out things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. So definitely for now, Akatsuki. We don't know their full potential yet. I know in the My Hero world, quirks get stronger as generations go. Like,
I don't know.
They've noticed.
Yeah.
So I think like the first person to have their quirk was they just glowed. It was a glowing baby.
That's it.
Yeah. And now we're at the point where we have like Bakugo's nitroglycerin sweat. Uraka basically, if she just touches someone, they die, more or less. No gravity, they float. They're dead. Honestly, what was this? How did I say this word? Physiologically, there you go. Having gravity not affect you kind of kills you, because your blood wouldn't flow anymore. Well, not in the way it should.
I mean, regardless about the blood situation, you'd be flowing up in the air.
Yeah.
So you'll start losing the ability to breathe and probably die of suffocation. So I'm right there with you, Mr.
Unless you can fly.
Unless you can fly. But the My Hero world's very... the science isn't there. But, superpowers.
Yeah, they're not going to make her a crazy killer character.
Who cares? Anyway, moving on. So as I alluded earlier in our What's New for Everyone, I've been playing Death Stranding. It just came out on PC about a week ago. I didn't touch the console version. I avoided everything about the console version because I refused to get spoilers.
Did you really?
Yeah. So
wow.
the only thing that spoiled for me was the gameplay. So about the whole, for those who don't know, again, just minor spoilers, by the way, for those who haven't played Death Stranding. So the gameplay is you're an Amazon delivery boy, more or less.
Amazon delivery boy.
Yeah. So it's a post-apocalyptic world. Basically, all the cities in the United States are disconnected from each other. So the only way to really so they all live in these like underground shelters because the above ground is, for lack of a better word, haunted. So by these these sci-fi creatures, which again I won't go into. So your job is you're a Sam Porter. You need to make deliveries from city to city for supplies they need. And then there's an additional plot where he's also in charge of reconnecting every city. So as each cities connect, more resources are pulled together, and you can start crafting and creating better items because of more connections. Like in the beginning, all it is just you and a backpack. That's it. And then as you connect with more cities, you get access to a motorcycle. You get access to cybernetic legs, so they're like leg attachments, so you can carry more weight. Eventually, you get like things like guns or grenades, where you can, where you get guns and grenades, where you can fight off the creatures and then fight off mercenaries. So it's a very but the core gameplay is you're delivering packages.
That's really it. There's no fighting, no nothing.
So you'll meet mercenaries that'll try to steal your packages. Then of course the sci-fi stuff of it. Eventually you do end up having unavoidable conflicts with the sci-fi creatures, and you have to battle them.
Is there any guns or weapons or anything like that?
You get guns, you get grenades. I didn't get my first gun until 12 hours into the game.
Oh.
So
I heard the best power up you can get in that game, Al, is Monster Energy drinks.
Oh my god! So this game is very sponsored by Monster. You'll see cans of Monster. Your room is filled with cans of Monster. If you run out of stamina while you're running around, you can drink Monster. Yeah, you drink Monster. It literally says drink Monster Energy to regain your stamina.
That's funny. I gotta check this out.
It's a fun game. It's very different. Again, if you're expecting, high intense action all the time, it's not. A lot of it is kind of me just running away from encounters because you get ganged up on very quickly, and then I suck at horror, so the sci-fi stuff gets takes me out.
So are you not streaming this?
I'm not streaming this. No.
Oh, come on, you have to stream the good parts, man.
I'm okay.
You gotta stream it so I can watch it. I'm not gonna play the game. I gotta find someone to watch the game so I can see.
You have to play just for Dr. Al.
I do recommend playing it. I do think it's worth the $60. I'm 15 hours in, and I'm excited to play it every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though your fear of the supernatural world.
So this is the very opposite feeling from what I had from The Last of Us, where again, same horror-esque genre, but for Last of Us, I was just sick of it.
You don't gotta go looting around to find weapons.
No. You have to craft. It's more crafting than looting. You can loot. Like the mercenaries, they'll have packages because they steal packages. So if you can scan the area and you see one of the mercenaries with a package you want, you can just specifically hunt him down, kill him, take his package, and get the heck out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's again fun game. I think the best moment I had was at one point, I mentioned you get motorcycles in the game. But thing is, once you move to a new area, or I guess a new area in the map, you lose access to it because of mountains or it's too rocky, so you have to leave it behind. So I did have a vehicle in the second area, and I really wanted one because I was so used to it. So I found a group of mercenaries. They had trucks. You don't have access to trucks yet. You can't make them. So I said, screw it. I snuck in and I just grabbed the truck and just drove out of there while they're all chasing me. And then I basically cheesed the entire second area because I had a truck that could carry everything for me. It was great. High risk, high reward. I could have died. I was so outnumbered, and you can't take on 10 guys at once. You can barely take on 5 guys at once until you get your gun.
Fair enough.
So I didn't have a gun yet. I wanted a vehicle. I saw the truck. I set them all off. I ran around the map while they're trying to kill me. Jumped in a truck and just drove off. It was I had that truck for the longest time, and now I'm in Area 3, and I lost my truck because I couldn't drive it in. So
sucks.
Again, fun game.
Mr. N over here, I'm also a chicken shit with horror games, but there was one game that I played through, BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite. And both of them had their moments where they kind of made me scared a little bit, not gonna lie. I might have woken up my fiance a few times screaming when I was playing in the middle of the night, neither here nor there. But anyway.
I didn't think BioShock Infinite was a scary game. I played it as well.
BioShock Infinite, not as much as 2, but Infinite had a couple moments that freaked me out. There's
BioShock 1 scared the crap out. I still haven't finished BioShock 1 because I don't have the nerve to finish it. I
couldn't finish it. I got to a point where you have to go down a dark hallway, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
That's the only F-bomb for this episode.
Yeah.
You stole mine last week, Dr. L. Anyway, so
I thought I had priority over it since I introduced
this guy.
Anyway, moving on.
So we're gonna go into our TTG conversation, and Battles of Legend Armageddon is a new set that's dropping this week. What do you guys think about it? Anything you're really looking forward to?
The only since we because we got one of our friends' birthday was last week, so we all went to Mr. Jorge's house, and one of his friends played Yu-Gi-Oh, and they were like, "Hey, bring your cards." So we all decided to bring our cards in there, and while he was getting his butt beat in the what is that game you were playing?
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
I was not getting my ass kicked. Let's get the record straight, buddy.
While you were getting your butt kicked over there, me and Mr. N were dueling. And one card that my deck's missing because I like to play dinos is the O-Lion. And since I want to upgrade all my dinos to max rarity because I love my dinos, I gotta wait for this set to drop so I could get O-Lion in. What did it come in? Ultra rare or something?
Yeah,
ultra rare. Yeah. Ultra rare. Yeah. So it goes for, that's a pretty big rarity jump from. I think the initial print was rare.
Yeah, it's rare.
Exactly.
I need the card for my deck as well, but the rares are too expensive. I'm not paying that for a fucking rare. Excuse me, for a rare.
That's good. Anyway,
for an ultra, I'll give it a shot.
So we have so the set releases later this week. We do though the list of secret and ultra rares was leaked out.
Oh,
so,
those are all. So you have extra. Okay.
Yeah. So this was leaked out. So taking a look. So those the Shonen Jump dragons that came out, those jump promos, they're in the set. So the Chaos Emperor retrain, the Trishula retrain, the Dark Arm retrain, and the Darkness Metal retrain are all included here. So for those who did not have the jump promos, you can now get them in the set.
I don't think they were legal here, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're legal. They're not legal in Europe because they don't have jump promos.
Mm.
They're legal in in the United States and Canada. Yeah, in Canada because we have Shonen Jump.
There is a super chase card in this one too. There's two really
good. And the Judgment Dragon reprint. I forgot. There's 5 in total.
Yeah.
For those who wanted the Chaos Emperor reprint, the initial version of it was a prize card, which was going around $1,000 online.
Yeah,
so if you don't want to spend that one grand, you can now get it for dirt cheap. I'm assuming it's not exactly a good card. So
yeah, there's some good archetype reprints, man. Invocation, that's big.
Yeah, Invocation is a good reprint. Modolce Angeli is also a big reprint. This is $40
currently.
So, yeah, currently $40. So the reprints, I think it's going for like 10 or something like that. Let's see, a bunch of fossil stuff. I don't know what they do. Unfortunately, I don't play the deck.
I think
it's a new archetype. Actually, it's a new archetype that they introduced based on the character from the motorcycle. What was that one called? The series.
Fossil Fusion is from GX.
Oh,
yeah. It's GX.
Was it GX or was it the motorcycle one?
Oh no, it was GX.
GX.
I didn't watch GX, I watched GX. I think so. Yeah, the Dino guy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The real Dino AF guy.
Yeah.
That's his archetype.
The original Dino player. Well, actually, no. Take back Rex.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Come on.
My bad.
Can't forget about Rex.
Anyway, continuing on the list. Glacial Beast. I guess these are reprints. I don't know. I don't play Glacial Beast, unfortunately.
No, I think those are new cards as well.
Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. Originally, the only way to get that was from that Cyber Dragon. But that wasn't a structure. It was like 3 decks in one. It was Cyber Dragon, Dark Magicians, and something else.
It was probably a legendary pack or something, whatever they call it.
It was a box. It was a box. I think it was legendary decks. It was a box and came in 3 different decks.
Yep.
Odd Eyes. There we go. It was Odd Eyes, Dark Magicians, and Cyber Dragons. So originally you can only get it from that box. Now you can get it here. And Danger Jackalope is a nice reprint for those who play Dangers.
Yep. Also, for those into meta, the Numerons apparently are going to be really good. Really expensive cards.
Yeah, I heard good things about Numerons. Yeah, Numerons. Yeah. I think you could mix it with Eldritch. I think you mix it with Eldritch.
That thing's broken. Eldritch.
Yeah, that is tier 1. And the ultra rare
reprint. What are you looking for?
Dragon Buster, Destruction Sword, the O-Lion for you guys. A Blackwing reprint. Book of Moon for reasons, I guess.
I think Book of Moon is is it one of those like crystal Starlight Rare or something like that? I don't know.
Is it
no, it's ultra rare. Never mind.
Was it the ultras?
Yeah, these are ultras. Utopia the Lightning.
Utopia doesn't really needed it.
Yeah, I mean, reprints are reprints, I guess. The Numerons, as we mentioned earlier.
Archetype, the Appliancers.
Appliancers, I don't know what they do. they sound kind of interesting.
They're appliances. I'm curious, just based on the
I
name.
play it for the lulz, I guess.
Yeah, for the memes.
Some elemental hero reprints. Let's see, Junk Anchor, Mythical Beasts of the Forest. Some Vogue Fusion reprints.
If
Yeah,
I
man.
if
This is a good time
Frosty.
to put an invoked engine in your deck, man.
Yeah,
If
really.
you have if Al, you could probably run it, and you have the extra deck space. I don't.
Sunlight. So Solomon Great reprints. Oh, and the ever costly 10,000 Dragon. This thing is worth so much money. I think last I checked, the other day it would go around for $3,000 to $4,000.
Wow.
Because
Bad.
the 1,000 Dragon comes in one, and I think it's like one per case or something. Some crazy numbers like that.
Wow.
It is printed like crazy.
The number 39 Utopia is also a chase card in there.
The Astro World print? I don't even know what that is.
Basically, it's Utopia, but the text is in the Astral World text.
Cross Sheep's in this set too. Oh.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. Overall, I gotta say though, this Battle of Legends I feel like is a lot weaker than last year's Battle of Legends.
Yeah, definitely. But it's hard to top the last few years.
Honestly, it's good for people. Invoked is a really expensive engine right now because due to Invoked Eldritch.
Is it though? Because like Invocation doesn't have like a bunch of printings.
Invocation is not that expensive. It's like 10.
Invocation is the chase card. That is the expensive card of the engine. I
know, but wasn't it like reprinted in Ultimate Rare and then in like Super Rare and then in,
I don't know. Let me double. I would have to check.
It has a ulti, the original secret, and a super.
Let's see. Invocation. Checking TCG player.
But relative to
Super Rare is pretty cheap.
Yeah, when we're talking about meta relevant cards, a set of this is not as bad.
I mean, this is more for like the budget players.
Yeah, if you want to play the Invoked engine, it's not that bad, man.
I noticed. So we're getting the new Raw boosters, like how we got the Dark Magician booster pack, and I think there's one more after that. The tunes. So Merrick is getting a little booster pack. So we're getting a lot of like a Winged Dragon Raw sets.
Support?
Support. Sorry. Yeah. So they're reprinting Raw's Disciple, I guess, for that deck. You know that.
Not bad.
I stand by it though. Overall, it's a weaker
set
than the last two.
If you want to play for money and try to get those two rare cards, you make at least $1,000 off of either or those two.
If you were to pick up the 1,000 Dragon,
that's money. That is money right there.
Yeah. That's probably why the cases
you have the RNG for this, man. You have it. Go buy it at the corner store. I bet you'll pull it, jerk.
I did get 3 crystal needle fibers or whatever the hell it's called. From the dual, what are they called? Dual Devastator or something? Dual Overload? Yeah, so
Overload? I think it was Overload.
Overload, yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of Dual Devastator, I still have my box that I've not opened up at all. It's still sealed. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I'm just gonna keep it.
No, those are all like those are no. There's no like RNG in those. It's just
there wasn't. It's a
bunch of staples. I mean, if you need an Ash Blossom, there is in there.
I'm gonna hold this forever though. Sealed.
Go for it. All right. Anyway, that being said, we are a little over time, so we will have to end that for today.
All right. So that being said, again, guys, thank you for joining us. We are the Donut Shop Podcast. We, for the time being, host an episode, or rather make an episode every Sunday, usually around 6 o'clock. Sometimes it might be a delay here and there, but for the most part, we tend to shoot our podcast every Sunday. Thank you for tuning. Hope to see you guys soon next week. That being said, I don't know if you guys have any other last comments to make, but this was Dr. Al. It was a pleasure. I'll hand it over to my other co-hosts.
Yeah. So this has been Mr. N. Thank you everyone for watching. If you do want to follow me on social media, I am at On Instagram, I am at Mr. David N. Yeah, again, fun episode. Honestly, it's one of the better episodes where we just talk and kind of forget about the time. So, have fun.
Yep. My name is Jorge. You can follow me here. I don't have any social media. I'm kind of not with that. Please remember, answer our icebreaker for next week. What superpower would you like to have, and what city would you use to defend it? Plus tip, would you want to get paid for it or not? That was a very good question.
And if you won, would you make a costume? I did throw that, even though it wasn't an icebreaker question.
That's fair. That's fair. And remember, email us at theogdonutshop@gmail.com.
So you can find the Donut Shop podcast on here on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hope everyone here has a great day.
Until next time, stay safe, everyone.